And joining me now to discuss the latest developments in the conflict between Israel and Iran is Dan Arbell. He's scholar in residence at American University's Center for Israeli Studies. Thank you so much for coming on, Dan.
Thank you. Good evening.
So reports from the UAE suggest that Tehran has told the UAE that it's, quote, ready to resolve issues at the negotiating table with Israel and within international frameworks, and will not seek a nuclear weapon. Do you believe that? Can you bomb Iran into submission?
So I think that there's great hope that the ceasefire ending the 12-day war, as Trump dubbed it, will lead to resume negotiations with Iran. But I wouldn't say that Iran is going to give up its entire program right away and agree to all these issues that the U.S. and the West have been pressing for years. So I think it's a very optimistic, upbeat report. I think it's going to take some time until the Iranians can be reasoned with, and until we can actually get an agreement that enforces stricter limitations on Iran's program. So I don't buy it that they're already there and then that they've agreed to all this. Seems to me too rosy of a report, and I think that the days ahead will actually indicate in which direction we're going.
Now, if you're Israel, it's got to be tough to swallow this ceasefire, right? Because they say they were so close to their goals of crippling Iran politically. They took out their scientists, they took out some of their Revolutionary Guards, the top members, and severely denigrated their nuclear capabilities. What incentive is there, do you think, for Netanyahu to abide by the ceasefire for any period of time? Israel has made clear, after all, that its goal is for regime change.
I have to disagree with you on that. I think that Israel's goals set out at the beginning of the campaign were mostly achieved. As you've said, denigrating the nuclear program, destroying more than half of Iran's ballistic missile capabilities, targeting senior leaders of the commanders of the Iranian army and the IRGC, eliminating nuclear scientists, and again, humiliating Iran in a way that the leadership is in hiding and really can't trust the military and national security establishment, which is subordinate to it. So I think in that sense, Israel accomplished many of its goals. Also, you have to remember that Israel has been on the receiving end of dozens, if not hundreds, of Iranian missiles, causing Israelis to run to the bomb shelters every night, causing devastation in major cities, leading to casualties, at least 30. So all that, I think Netanyahu, for him, it suits him to stop now and to give negotiations a chance. Especially that there's no formal agreement signed between Israel and Iran, and if Israel feels at any point threatened or that Iran has breached the ceasefire, Israel can once again react or respond or retaliate. So I don't think that he's I think that it's comfortable for him to stop now, for the time being at least.
It seemed that he had to be pressured into stopping, though. President Trump rebuked him. He seemed quite upset with both sides, but with Israel in particular for, continuing to sort of bomb Iran even when the ceasefire was supposed to have taken effect. So do you believe the ceasefire will hold?
I'm optimistic that, so far it's been holding, and I do believe it will hold for some time. And I think the fact that, as your correspondents have mentioned, the fact that Trump himself is so much invested into it, and is making efforts to make sure that it's kept, will certainly guarantee that the parties will think twice before breaching it. So I do hope that there is a chance for this. The sustainability of this ceasefire is the key issue right now, and I seriously hope that this would be the case, that the ceasefire holds.
How vulnerable is President Trump, do you think, right now? He went into Iran without congressional approval. He declared a quick victory, and now this alleged ceasefire could collapse at any moment. It's very fragile, all while he's trying to show NATO allies that he went and did this alone. He's furious with both sides. Was he naive going into this, do you think?
I don't think so. I think that we're reading too much into this, the furious nature of his response this morning. Because I think that he, as you've said, he called it the 12-day war. And all of a sudden the parties are breaching the agreement, so he's upset. He doesn't want this to be the 13-day war or this, get out of control. So I think that, he is reprimanding both sides, but I don't think that, because it's interrupting his plan, but I don't think that he's really that furious with him. And I think that what he's a transactional president, and what he wants is, once the deal is in place, he's looking already for the next deal and the next issue to deal with. So I wouldn't read too much into it. I don't think he was naive. I think he believed that he's doing something that no other president has done. I think he believes it's historic, unprecedented, and he wants to be remembered as somebody thinking outside the box and doing something unprecedented and historic. So I don't think he's naive in this sense.
And NATO Secretary General heaped praise on him before his arrival at NATO. Now, Dan, last question for you. Are you surprised at how quiet Iran's military allies in the region have been? Iraqi militia, Hezbollah, Houthis. And why do you think that is?
Yeah, I'm surprised, not at Hezbollah, because Hezbollah was pretty much, has been weakened severely due to Israel's attacks back in the fall of 2024. I am surprised about the Houthis and the pro-Iranian Iraqi militias, who've said that once the U.S. Conducts strikes against Iranian targets or bombs Iran, they will step in, and they haven't done so. And I think it points to the weakness of the axis of resistance led by Iran. All those groups are fearful of U.S. Going after them, and therefore also, and perhaps they're also in a weak state, and think that it's better for them to wait this round out and wait for a better opportunity in the future, perhaps, to retaliate in their own unique way.